You know, one thing, Fred, is there is no risk. Politics in Kenya is a game. You toss coins and you see how you're going to win. Okay? And now we are in a game. We played a game previously with the previous people who were our partners. We got into the government and they played their self-interest, told them we cannot work together. They were kicked out. Today we have another partner and they are bitter. And you know, if you want, you know, the same people on the other hand think that the Raila is not a good person for us to partner. And they think that it is not right for this government to give Raila team positions in the government and in the cabinet. Yet for them, they're here heading to meet Kalonzo. They're going to meet Eugene Wamalwa. Why are you meeting them? Why don't you stand on your own? Why do you need them to fight the current regime? And you don't want the current regime to gather the friends to work with. And you still want us to give you position in the government. Yet you're fighting the same government. All we are saying is this. Today, Raila accepted. The fact that we talked to Raila or President Ruto talked to Raila Odinga and he accepted, then he becomes a friend. You get it? Rigiji has been on record that he refused to follow what the president said. So then you stop being a friend. The other one has accepted to be a friend. So let them come with his team to the government. And that's what is happening today. And all leadership and committee is going to be changed. These guys have cried. They've said Ruto is going home 2027. Why do they still need position? Let them go and form a party and begin campaigning against Ruto. Let Ruto run his government the way he wants with the other team. But
the cost that comes with accommodating Raila Odinga in any administration is usually high. From when he joined with Daniel Moi, and they had to change the entire leadership of the party. When they went to the Grand Coalition government, it was an expensive venture. Even this kind of campaigns that we are seeing, the campaign for the AUC, it definitely comes at a cost.
Allow me to give you a feedback on that. Why do you call it a high cost? You just partnering with another team to deliver to Kenyans. It's not, unless you are talking that it is a cost to Ruto, the president. But Ruto is getting a team from ODM to deliver to Kenya, and they will do a better job than the team we had.
Now we are considering even a position of prime minister.
Because we are not
among the discussions.
Actually, listen.
Which is not
maybe in the next election, not necessarily now. Maybe it will come because maybe it might need a referendum or so on. But for now, there's no any cost because we even increased the number of cabinet secretaries.
No, but I'm talking about the considerations we are making. That to accommodate Raila Odinga so that this administration can be strong enough to stand on its own legs, there has to be a cost. And probably we may need to go for a referendum just to ensure that William Ruto is comfortable as president.
One, the people of Mesop are waiting to vote for Hans as their legislature, as their MP. And I want to see him in parliament in 2027. But I hope this is not the thinking he'll take to parliament. Because when you're talking of national matters, national affairs, it is clearly beyond an individual. And we cannot bastardize a national conversation and say that it's a game, we flip coins, we have partners today and then we change other ones too. That's why we have laws. That's why we have a constitution. Because if we did everything we wanted, Hans would do a good job, perhaps as a president or as an MP. But maybe I wouldn't. So to regulate that, we need laws, we need orders, we need a constitution. That is one. So I hope that Hans is still wanting to go to parliament and that he will resist the urge to be influenced by the executive of that government that we shall form in 2027. Having said that, whether ODM or Azimio goes to bed with Kenya Kwanza, 2027 they'll go home together or separately, regardless of how long this dalliance is going to last. Because Kenyans know that what we want is economic justice. And we are not going to get that from this government. ODM merging with Kenya Kwanza or Azimio merging with Kenya Kwanza does not solve the economic crisis that we are going through. And whether you are a supporter of ODM or Kenya Kwanza or Azimio, the cost of living is still high. Kenyans are still struggling with issues from education, health, and buying power. That is what we need addressed. We don't need creating of positions. We don't need post-election mergers or coalitions to start and prepare for the next general election. It is fine for them to do so, but they're going to lose separately or together. The flip side of that is that now we have this other dissenting voice from UDA, from Kenya Kwanza. And I say the greatest opposition this government is going to face will come from within. And that's why you're seeing all these senators, today it is the senators, you're waiting for the MPs, because the broom is still is the same.
New and new.
As I see the senators, they're the loudest and criticizing this government. And yet they still belong to the same party and they are to the ruling coalition. It is unfair for them to demand that the president, because it is the president, retains them in those chair positions of the committees that are pegged on being a bona fide member of the ruling party or coalition. And yet they're the greatest critics of the government. I agree with Hans for once today that should not be the case. Okay. If I'm not agreeing with you, Fred, then there are some privileges
Can't even resign.
I'm supposed not to have.
Okay.
Secondly, it is unfortunate, very, very unfortunate, and it would be even a political crime to try and paint the former deputy president as a spokesperson of Mount Kenya. That is far from it. Whatever he's doing is warming up his own personal political career, but he's not speaking for the mountain. He's not speaking for the central region.
Okay.
He has no... Because if he had influence, then his party would be in parliament and having members and Senate.
I'm still interested in ODM's involvement in this role. Do you